Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Kifilo Mang. Please do subscribe to my channel and also do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up button if ever the message conveyed on this video is fruitful to you. Please, I just need to mention that I am not a registered expert or advisor for any financial institution or medical institution. I'm just simply sharing my little experience and opinions. Okay, today I want to talk about acquiring a skill, how to acquire a skill or obtain a skill without any payment. However, I don't want to condone freebies where it's not highly necessary, really. So, if you do have the means to acquire or obtain a skill, please do so in accordance to your means. Please do go either register with any institution or any training facility and pay for their services, please. I am just simply trying to encourage, particularly the youth that is unemployed in our country, South Africa, to try and upskill themselves with whatever that's out there that they could upskill themselves with that is for free. Okay, so yes, we do have a high unemployment rate in South Africa. Okay, so I just want to talk to the youth, whereby you're coming from a disadvantaged background and there's no one to sponsor you or even to pay or even to lend you money to go to school to attain a certain skill. So obviously, we do have government institutions government schools in terms of your grade R to your matric. Okay, so now I am particularly talking to the youth that has completed their matric, or some they did not manage to even complete their matric because of the financial situations that they were faced with. Guys, try to go out there and get a skill, because if you can acquire a skill or obtain a skill for free, that skill you can easily take and you can easily utilize it to generate you income for survival. Okay, so look, most of us, we do have senior people. Well, they're not that senior. I'm talking about people who are in their 40s, 50s, who are out there doing jobs or activities which generate them income. And these people, they cannot afford to hire a lot of people, have a big team to work with in most times, okay, because of the nature or the size of their business basically at this point in time. So I am saying, let us remove the mentality whereby when you want a skill, you think, oh, because I want to do carpentry, yes, I have to go register to some particular institution to go and attain that skill for carpentry. And you know very well that now you don't have the means, which then sets you off completely. So can we go and utilize the opportunity of the senior people or the people who have that skill within our community? Approach those people, explain your situation right now in terms of financial situation and your background to them, and be open from the first that you are there to render yourself to them, for them to use you, but they are using you in a good way, not in a bad way. I'm not saying go there and render yourself to be used for something bad, no. Render yourself to be used for something good, which will be not only be good for the person that you are rendering yourself to, but also be good for you, because it's going to get you to attain some form of a skill, which that skill you can then utilize it to generate new income basically. So you can then start your own business, small business, generate income for yourself for survival as well. So for instance, if you want to be a baker, and now you are where you at home, they don't have means to take you to school. So, and then maybe you are in the same village as Kifilwe, where Kifilwe comes from, where Kifilwe is operating her bakery business. So you can literally go to Kifilwe and speak to Kifilwe, explain to Kifilwe your situation, and the fact that you want to acquire a skill, and what are your aims or your targets in terms of acquiring this skill. So your target can be, I want to come volunteer myself for 3 months, and I want to acquire a skill in terms of baking. Baking what? Baking this and that and that and that, particularly maybe. Or maybe you just want to know how to bake anything that Kifilwe is baking, practically. Okay, then look, for Kifilwe, it can be a very lucrative deal because maybe Kifilwe at that time, she is short of staff, but because of the size of the business that she's operating at the current moment, she's not able to hire another pair of hands, you know. But however, if you coming in and volunteering your services to me, actually that could work of my advantage, and not only of my advantage but also of your advantage as well. Because now when you come, now I'm going to ask you, what are your, obviously I need to know what is it that you want to, the skill that you want to attain. Maybe you want to attain a skill in baking biscuits, you know, those, the treats mostly, not the bread whatsoever, you know. So I don't want to waste your time teaching you how to bake bread when you want to know how to bake treats. But then if, yes, you are interested in bread products and also the treats part of things, then I'm able to utilize you everywhere. And also now the conversation that we will have is, how long are you willing to volunteer yourself? Okay, 3 months. Of that 3 months, in terms of your working hours in a day, I, Kifilwe, my bakery operates from this time till this time. So you, which time or for how long are you willing to, during the day, are you willing to come and work? And you can, we negotiate from there, where you tell me, okay, I'm willing to come and volunteer myself for 3 hours or 4 hours every day, maybe Monday to Friday, no weekends, or maybe even weekends are included there. Then I, as Kifilwe, go and sit down and strategize how to fit you in my work schedule or my bakery schedule, basically, whereby it will not just be about just fitting you there, it will also be closing a gap that I'm currently having, basically. And by doing so, you are benefiting me at the same time I am benefiting you. After your 3 months, you would have acquired the skill that you want, or even before 3 months, you could have acquired the skill that you want, and you can then decide whether you want to go branch on your own, start something for yourself, do some fat cooks, some few treats, and sell them at some corner and all of that. Then you are already now having a skill. Yes, you don't have a certificate for it, but at least that's a skill to help you survive. And then we have also others who want to become carpenters. If you volunteer yourself to someone who is already doing carpentry there, and the person can take you up on that offer, you'll never know. You will never know. Be clear when you approach a person. Please be clear that you are there to attain a skill. Because now, in most cases, I know some of us, we tend to decline the request very early, because we are not sure whether you are there just to attain the skill or you want to be hired. So in most cases, we think that, oh no, this person wants work, you know. No, sometimes, yes, you do want work. However, again, there's other things as well that, okay, you know that, okay, you know, there's no work, I can't find work and all, but then I'm having interest in baking, or I'm having interest in carpentry, or I'm having interest in tiling. So you can then go for those things. I don't want to talk about electrical things, electrician or plumbing particularly, because those are major things really. I feel that as you can go attain a skill from a skilled person, from someone who's already doing that job or task. But those two things really, plumbing and electricity, I feel that you need to be certified. You need to be certified really to be a plumber or an electrician, because remember now, someone has spent their either their pension or they took loans or whatever, they are paying bonds and all for a property. So you don't want to come in and tamper with the plumbing or electricity, which might just result in the house getting flooded or even the house burning. So the insurance might have problems with paying out for such instances. Therefore, hence, I'm not tapping on those things. Okay, so I would rather tap on carpentry, baking, hairdressing, and tiling, painting, those type of things are things that I believe that you can shadow. When we talk about job shadowing, you can shadow a person, basically volunteer yourself to work with a particular person, whom you know that you are not even spending on travel cost. You may not even, you may save yourself spending on travel cost, because already, I mean, let's just say you are shadowing your neighbor. Maybe your neighbor is doing something that you are interested in, and you want to shadow your neighbor. You can literally shadow your neighbor, and you understand you don't even have to spend in terms of travel. The only thing that you're sacrificing is time to wake up in the morning, because perhaps that person is starting work at 5 a.m. or the person is starting work at whatever time that they're starting work and also their knockoff times. And the other thing, maybe it will be your own lunchbox, because now you have to pack your own lunchbox, because sometimes maybe it's that work where you have to go offsite. You are literally stuck that site until you guys knock off, because now remember, you don't have transportation money to say, okay, no, I want to knock off early. Then you'll have transportation money to go back home, leave site. So you have to wait on the person to leave the site actually to knock off. So that's all that you're sacrificing on. So all I'm saying to the youth out there in South Africa, and perhaps even across maybe, please, 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 let us focus on acquiring a skill, most importantly, and not everyone is meant to be academically intelligent. However, I believe that we are all intelligent in our own different ways. So do consider acquiring a skill free of charge. Coming back to that point, I just want to emphasize, guys, with regards to obtaining a skill without any payment by shadowing a person. Please don't put yourself in any compromising position whereby you are being exploited by those people who should be doing that knowledge transfer or skills transfer to you. Please, hence, I want you to be, from onset, when you go approach a person who has the skill that you are looking for. Please, first thing, let's just take me, for instance, Kifilwe, who is owning a small bakery. Let's say you are coming to Kifilwe, you want to gather a skill in bakery. Okay, please, when you come, do indicate that you are there to acquire a skill, okay? And do indicate that by you acquiring the skill, you are looking into perhaps branching into it in terms of opening your little small business to generate you some income, okay? So, also, exploiting, please, and not only the person that is, Kifule might exploit you. Let's say the person that has to mentor you or coach you will exploit you, but also you yourself as a candidate who's coming to Kifule. Please, let's avoid exploiting each other. Please, let us be fair and be truthful to each other. So when you come to Kifilwe, do indicate that you have this particular skill that you want to attain, and the fact that also, what are you planning to do with that skill? Are you planning to open your own business with that skill, or you are there offering your services so that you attain the skill, so that if ever there's any job opening or vacancy opening within your business as Kifilwe, you should consider me. So, by saying so, when you go and approach Kifilwe for a skill that you want to attain, please be specific. Also, be specific on the timeline, okay, as to how long are you planning to come into Kifilwe's environment to attain the skill, to acquire the skill. So your timeline can vary from from a couple of months to a year, perhaps. Please be specific as well to Kifilwe, okay. And also your working days, to say that you'll be able to work maybe Monday to Friday or even weekends. Be specific about that, even to the fact that are you comfortable as well with working night shifts or not, okay. And also do indicate what skills that you are looking for within that particular area. Because now let's take bakery for instance. I'm talking bakery mostly because I'm within that field, okay. In bakery, we're baking, there's bread products and there's treats, basically. So we talk about the biscuits, the scones, and many, many more, okay? Your Swiss rolls, your cakes, and all of that. So you must be specific to Kifilwe to say that, okay, Kifilwe, this is the skill I want to acquire. Because look, there's no problem. There's many people who specializing is a good thing. To specialize is very good because it enables you to be very innovative, okay, within that space that you are specializing in than being generic. So perhaps your interest, you want to tackle the cake field. So you tell Kifilwe that, no, I want to do cakes. Yes, cakes as in like birthday cakes, wedding cakes, or whatsoever. Or maybe you are interested only in wedding cakes. Who knows? Then you just be specific. If ever you are looking at treats, but you narrow them down to say, okay, these are the specific treats that I'm looking into. So please be specific so that when you are being placed, when Kifilwe decides on absorbing you, taking you in her environment, she's able to absorb you within the area that you will be able to attain the skill that you are looking for. And if ever Kifilwe is absorbing you, but yet she's not putting you in the unit for you to attain the skill that you are looking for. She has actually placed you whereby you are doing molly bread products. You must be able also to go back to Kifilwe and tell Kifilwe that Kifilwe, I had requested, remember initially, to be placed in the cake field particularly, or unit, for me to attain that skill because that's what I'm interested in, so that Kifilwe can always take you back into that. Please, 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 please don't allow yourself to be exploited by people, okay? And also don't exploit people as well yourself. So don't go in and then you have this mentality of attaining a skill just to go run Kifilwe out of business. Please.